Thank you for purchasing this 1980 New Gen Pachinko machine. This quick start guide will show you how to set it up and get it playing. Now your machine comes with stabilization boards screwed to the bottom, but for others watching this video, you'll need to stabilize your machine so it doesn't fall over. Either put it in a cabinet, you could even just take a couple of 1x4s and screw two of them into the bottom. Now you probably won't need to change this in shipment, but let me just show it anyway. You need to lock the ball drain lever. It's this white lever right here. And basically what you do is you slide it over to the left. What it does, inside of this housing here, there are two L-looking levers, and when you drain the balls out of your machine, you push this lever over. If there's balls in here, they drain all the way out. And right now, we can't see the levers. You should be able to see them through this window here. So if you can't see them, we're just going to slide this over, and you'll see them pop up. Okay, they're there now. So now that's the proper position. If we put balls in, everything will be fine. We want to make sure that your one ball seesaw is in the right position. It is the most common problem with Pachinko machines, these vintage machines. It is this white part back here, and it's got that curve on top of it. It has two Pachinko balls in it, and it pivots up and down like a seesaw. Right now it's in the wrong position. Any jackpots you get won't be paid out. Balls will back up into your machine and you'll have problems. So you need to reset it. And the way you do that is right here. This little metal, you just lift up on it to reset your seesaw. Next we'll connect your lights. This transformer, will just plug it into an extension cord. And when we do, one of these lights came on up here. And that light came on because there's not enough balls in the supply tray. So when you add balls to the supply tray, they'll pour in here, they'll move this arm here, activating the switch, which turns out that light. So whenever that light comes on, that means you need to fill this up with balls. The other light, which is right next to it, is controlled by this switch here, and when you get a jackpot, that light will flash. Let's take a look at it from the front. Okay, from the front of the machine, you have two lenses over here and a couple over here. These are decorative. There's no lights behind these. There's one here. When I let go, this side here lights up to let you know you need to fill up your machine with balls. The other one is when you get a jackpot. In addition to that light coming on to let you know you need to load the supply tray with balls, another thing, if you have this tray full of balls and you're flipping and nothing's happening, it could be because there is a lever in here that shuts off the flow of balls from your play tray to your shooter assembly. And that happens when there's not enough balls in the supply tray. So you add balls, it'll move the lever out of the way, and then you can play. Go ahead and load some balls into the play tray while we're here. As we load balls into the supply tray, it'll come down this track, make this turn, and then enter into your jackpot assembly. And here they'll wait until we get a payout. We'll take our bucket, we'll set it here at the bottom of the machine, underneath this chute and this chute. Now when we launch a ball, we'll pull down on the flipper and let go. A ball will launch up this track, go around, and inside of here there is a swing, a little plastic swing. Now typically what happens is the ball will hit it and bounce off into your play field. But if you hit it too hard, it may go down, enter in there, roll down this chute, and come back to your receiving tray. The purpose of that was to try and keep people from beating the flipper all the way down as hard as they can, and all the balls would just become what's called foul balls. They'd enter the foul lane. They want you to use more skill. It was also a legal requirement to make it not a game of luck, but a game of skill. Pull the flipper down partly so that it doesn't do that, so that it more likely drops down one of these areas, trying to get it to fall into one of the tulips or one of the pockets. Now, as the ball goes down, it'll go by these spinners, and they will redirect the ball. And the object of the game is to get it to go into one of these tulips, and the tulips have wings on them, and they're open. Right now, you get a ball in, they close. If you get a ball in it when it's closed, they open. Open, close. You have fixed pockets, and then you have your main attraction here. Now no matter where the ball goes in any of these, the same thing happens. You get a payout of balls, and as the balls are paid out, they fall down, they hit a bell, so you hear a bell sound, and then your light will flash. Now if you don't get it to go on one of those, it'll fall through this outlet here into your bucket in the back of the machine. Let's go ahead and play. We'll pull down on the flipper and we'll let go. The first time you do that, nothing's going to happen because you're loading a ball through the shooter assembly into the shooter lane. Now when we do that, the ball launches across. Now I didn't pull hard enough, and so it rolled up part way and then it rolled back down into the receiving tray. Okay, I got one to go into this tulip over here. It closed. Balls were paid out, they hit the bell, and we saw the light flash. Take a look at the jackpot from the back. You could get a ball to go into the very top pocket, that's what that hole is, and then it would come down here, and if this tulip, this is a tulip on the back half of the tulip, if it was closed, it would open it. Then you've got all these levers here. If you get the ball to go in various portions, it will roll down and it'll open up tulips that are currently closed. It'll open them up for you. But no matter where it goes, any of that spot, it'll eventually roll down back in here and then roll across and enter into your seesaw. It'll pivot down, the ball will release, it'll roll down the channel, and as it rolls down this channel, there's a long, well, you can see the white plastic arm right behind my fingertip, a long plastic arm that goes all the way back over here. There's a pivot point here, and that arm pivots on that pivot point, and as it pivots down, there's a rod behind here, and it'll push that rod up to another pivot point, and then it'll operate the linkage here, and as that linkage operates, the rocker arm will release, the balls that are in the jackpot will fall down, hit a bell, and go into your play tray, and then this will refill. Let me open it up and we'll do that. Go in the top pocket first. I dropped it in the side of the main attraction. There's two sides. We'll see in a minute. There's a spinner, and it spins the characters, the Halloween characters. So I'll drop it on the other side. Now let's take a look at this from the front. I'll drop balls in so we can see. So there's three different characters on each of the two wheels. Now we've won a lot of jackpots, so this tray is starting to fill up, and eventually it'll fill up and it'll overflow into this other tray down here. When it does, it'll hit a different bell and back. We're going to go ahead and empty this tray so we can refill the supply tray and back. Now to empty it, you're just going to take this lever here and push it over to the left, and when you do, the balls will roll from here to here. Sometimes if you have a whole lot of balls, the weight of them will jam, and you'll just need to use your finger to loosen the balls, or you may even have to pull down on the flipper and loosen to get them to flow. Now that we've emptied this tray, I want to show you how to open the machine. So you can open the playfield door and this tray in case something other than a pachinko ball ever gets put in here, like a marble or carpet fuzz, and it jams up. These machines were not shipped with keys when they were imported from Japan, because they did come from casinos. However, yours is sitting on a table, so you don't even really need the key. You've got two latches back here. You have this set here that work together, and that's what the key did. The key would release those latches, so I'm going to pull down, releasing it, and it allows you to swing open the machine if this was mounted in a wall. You really won't need to do that, just wanted to show you how that works. But what you may need to do is open the playfield door, and the way you do that is right in here there is a latch, and you're going to push down on it, and when you do, it will pop open this playfield door. And now with the playfield door open, and pull open the plate tray door. Wow, well, that focusing going on. That way you can get to your shooter assembly in case something gets in here you need to get out. Now when you close it, reverse order, you're just going to push this closed. You might have to lift up on it a little bit. It's a little bit of a drag. Now when you close this one, this latch is a little tricky. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pinch it closed and pinch it hard to make sure it locks. And then tug on it to make sure it locks. Because what could happen, let's say if you don't push it closed right, well, now it's not going to do it. But I had it a while ago where it latched, but it didn't completely latch. Like the top is not latched right now, but the bottom is. So I'm going to have to undo it, push both at the same time. Oh, there we go. So now it didn't latch, but I can't close it because the latch already activated. So now I've got to unlatch it, push it, make sure it's good and tight. Now we'll empty the balls out of the back, because you never want to lay down your machine with balls in it or store it with the balls in it. So the way to empty the back again is you're going to pull this drain lever. And all the balls up here and up to this point drained out of the machine. You still have some in the jackpot. Now to get the balls out of the jackpot, you've got a couple options. One more complicated one, you have to take a screwdriver, stick it in this hole. There's two white arms. You're going to have to push them back because they're blocking this part right here, and push them back. That way you can pivot this part, but you still can't pivot it because it's also latched down here. So this cover, which is optional, you can take it off with one screw here, and then right back behind this hole, there's a plastic hole here. You can even stick a pin in probably, and there's a plastic part you have to move out of the way so that that long arm can pivot down. So you've got to move that, you got to move those, and then you can pivot this. That's complicated. Or you can open the door, drop the ball in the jackpot, and it's stuck because of the arms here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move those out of the way. I'll go ahead and hold that out of the way because there's still more, and I'll just drop another one in. Okay, now all the balls are out. That's it for your quick start guide. We sure hope you enjoy your machine.